So, one thing that I did this morning, this afternoon with people is a little bit of an exercise I want to show you guys as well. And what was the beautiful thing that as I was reading through and thinking about adding it into today's practice, was that when you see what we're going to do, is that even an ophthalmologist said that just this simple act sometimes actually gives a little bit of a relaxation, not only to the body, but to the eyes and calms them. So I think it'd be very helpful as well for when if you're doing a lot of online meetings, that this is something you can do. But then I took it a little bit further and took it to other chakras and stuff and areas in the body. So get in a nice, comfortable seat, because once we finish the exercise, then we're going to sit quiet for a minute. So get pillows, blankets, whatever you need. Remember, I said if under your thighs you need pillows, just to serve as a cushiony spot underneath. You can get them here. I'm sitting easy cross-legged, but I can put them here. Even if I was sitting like this, I wanted a little bit of a stretch in my inner thighs here, I can put the pillows here, right? But for easy cross-legged, I'm going to encourage you to just kind of stuff some little pillows underneath, right? So we can get nice and comfortable, right? Get the shoulders, feel like you're sitting up nice and tall, right? Okay, so I'm going to take my glasses off so we can show you this part. So the first thing you want to do is you're going to take your hands and you're going to begin to rub them together, right? So I'm rubbing them together because I'm trying to generate some heat in the palms of my hand, right? So I'm rubbing. I can start to feel them start to warm up, right? As a reflexologist, I love this because we're strumming meridians right in the hands as we're doing this, right? So we're rubbing, rubbing, rubbing. See, just a little sliding back and forth, rubbing my hands, right? Taking some nice deep breaths. Right? Then I'm going to release them and cup them over my eyes, right? So I can feel the base of my hand touching on my cheek, but the palms are over my eyes, right? And I'm going to start to take some nice deep breaths. I can feel the warmth of my hands on my face, right? Nice and soothing. Inhaling and exhaling. Even just the warmth of my hands on my face for the moment, right? Breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Feel like we're giving soothing, kind energy to our eyes, right? Asking that we look at things with gratitude and grace, right? And we release it down and then forward. Breathing, rubbing the palms together. Again, generating that. Now I can feel the heat of that energy, heat of my palms right against my chest. I can actually feel my heart beating, right? Breathing. Asking that I have gratitude and kindness in my heart this week. Inhaling and exhaling. Breathing. And then back out again. Last time, warm. Breathing. Putting the palms together. Generating that warmth. And then we lay them on our belly, right? Our solar plexus, where our sense of will, our drive and determination is born. Breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. Again, stirring up that sense of gratitude, right? And then we're going to release and then let the hands be lightly on the knees, drawing the shoulders down and back, closing the eyes. Inhaling and exhaling. One more breath. And then slowly blink the eyes open, right? Okay, great. So what I want you to do, then we're going to take our pillows out just for a moment, right? And whatever way I have my legs crossed, I'm going to change the cross of my legs, right? There we go. Changing the cross of my legs, breathing. And then we're going to rock a little bit in our pelvic bowl. So my hands are here. And as I lean forward, I'll turn to the side so you can see me. So what you want to do is make sure that you're hinging at your hips, right? So I'm going to just hinge forward. And then when I rock to the side, then look, I'm just going to hinge back. See, it's like the hips are right here. And this part of the body is almost like a little stirring stick, right? Rotate it around. Breathing, right? So I'm hinging at my hips. Keep going, keep rotating. I'm concentrating all of my energy here in my pelvic bowl, right? As I rotate around. I'm feeling the energy here. Again, this is our second chakra, right? Where we are. Whereas women, we hold a lot of our creativity. Men do too, but we tend to hold it more here. This is family, right? Fertility, nurturance, everything here in that pelvic bowl. And then rotate back around, right? Beautiful. There we go. So I said, we're going to take it nice and slow today, right? Really want to slow it down so we can be mindful and stay in the body. And come back to center, right? So then I'm going to be kind, grab the outside of my knees, and my feet are flat on the floor. Take my hands, they're pointing forward. I'm just going to sit back for a minute, and I'm just going to let them sway from side to side. Right? I was rocking in that pelvic bowl one direction. Now I'm just going to rotate it a little bit in another. There we go. Beautiful, right? And back to center. And if you turn straight ways on your mat, which you should be, just straighten the legs out, right? Now we have knees and toes facing up, right? And we're just going to point and flex our feet. Point and flex. Point and flex. Point and flex. This is a great exercise to open up your lymph system, right? Especially down in your extremities. Because as I've said before, your lymph system moves by you moving. It's not like your cardiovascular system. So having this sense of moving, it's almost like a little pumping action, right? Pumping things back in this direction. Up toward the heart, up toward the kidneys and the large intestine, so it can be eliminated from the body. Pointing and flexing. Pointing and flexing. Okay, last time. Then we'll sit back. Now we'll practice a little staff pose. Hand on either side of the hips. I'll draw my shoulders down and back. See, I undid that little slouch I had going on, right? Bringing my shoulders down and back. I'll push my heels like they're pressing against an imaginary wall. And then now imagine that the crown of my head is reaching up toward the ceiling. I'll take some nice deep breaths. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, holding and breathing. Stay out of the mind. Try to stay in the body. Breathing. One more breath and then release. Okay. Probably need to wiggle the legs a little bit. Windshield wiper side to side, right? You can bounce as well. Windshield wiper and bounce. Windshield wiper and bounce. Okay. All right. So we're going to do a little bit of twist a little early in the beginning. I'm going to turn forward so you can see how, right? So look, one leg goes back, right? Okay. I bent this leg back in this direction, right? And this forward leg is still here, but I'm going to bend it and I'm going to bring the sole of the foot. Then it presses against the thigh of the bent leg, right? Right? So here I have, it's almost like I created this little undulating wave with my legs, right? Here, okay? Now I'm going to begin to sit up nice and tall. Remember, whenever we're twisting a little bit, we don't want to slouch the body. We want to sit up nice and tall, right? Okay? And I am going to be twisting in this direction. So first I bent my right knee, then I bent my left leg where my foot was against my thigh. And I'm going to inhale my arms up. And then when I exhale, I'm going to my left. So my hand should be just out, right hand just outside left thigh, and the left hand will be back. And then I'll let my head begin to follow, right? Now this is a little bit of a deeper twist where it's now not only pulling the spine, but now I'm going to get this little hip area here from the lower back across the hip flexor a little bit here and down into this thigh with this twist. Get a little bit deeper. Okay, try to open the body up a little bit more. See if you can hold. Take some nice deep breaths, right? Change the music up a little bit. Let's see. There we go. Keep breathing. Just notice where you feel tight and try to breathe into the space where there's tightness, right? That's the whole thing. The tightness, as long as it's not pain, if it's just tightness, you want to take a nice inhale, and as you exhale, see if you can relax more into that space. Inhaling and exhaling. Remember I said we're going to hold a little bit longer because we're trying to get it to go deeper. We're trying to store up for this week, right? We're storing up less stress and relaxation. Breathing. Nice deep breath. Now to come out, see if you can raise the arms up. Come back forward, right? The front leg that's bent, that one's the one that's going to stretch forward first. And this one's going to come around. And I'm going to shake and wiggle, right? Shake and wiggle. I'm just trying to loosen my body up a little bit. Shake and wiggle. Shake, right? Windshield wiper, right? And then bounce. Windshield wiper and bounce. Okay. Now I have to do the other way. So, right? Now left leg comes back, or the opposite leg that you had. One leg is back. The other one bends. The sole of the foot tries to come here. Right? And it's better probably if you're on the back of the foot like that, I can feel a little more pressing on the knee. I usually try to see if I can keep that foot kind of flexed out that way, but you do have to see what feels good to you. Some people feel pretty good with it tucked under and the knee's okay, but it feels like it. And the other thing, I wish I had shown on the other side, if you needed to, you could bring a little pillow underneath on both sides a little bit. It felt like that needed help. I think the pillow probably is more right here. Here we go. There it is. That's where it is. It's kind of like you're sitting on it a little bit. See if that helps with the hip a little bit. May feel like that underneath this little thigh a little bit. Feels like the best spot, even with all of that, for me, I don't know, feels like with this one here. Or just leave it flat. Okay? All right, so then again, the twisting is away from the leg, right? So arms up. Now when I exhale and go, left hand is outside right thigh, right hand behind, right? And then I'm going here. I just want to try and see if I was to do that. That feels like it deepens it more than actually relaxing. This feels more relaxed if it's out. Just wanted to see how it felt. And when I'm doing this too, I can feel how I do have to be sitting up nice and tall because it is working my core. See how everything across here is like that stretch is happening, right? If I'm bringing my belly button toward my spine, right? Here. Once I turn the head, it also deepens the twist, further twisting the spine. So the head is also a component. I can decide how intense I want it by how much I turn in that direction, right? And again, I'm breathing, exhaling, releasing down through here, right? Inhaling, drawing it up. Exhale, right? The body, right? Breathing. Arms come up. And I gently come back forward, right? First thing that I do is undo this leg. Then I bring this one around, right? And then I bounce and swish. Bounce and swish. Bounce and swish. Bounce and swish. Okay. All right. And we're going to come back again to a seated pose. And we're going to try another little breath movement, right? Again, I'm going to get some pillows underneath my thighs, right? I'm going to be sitting for a moment, okay? And so in this movement, what we're going to generate is what's called like breath of fire. You may have heard this before in yoga. And what it does is it's a series of really short breaths, but you're really using the diaphragm to make this breath happen, in a sense, to generate heat in the body, right? Okay, so I'm going to demo it first a little bit, just so you see, so you can get a feel for it. So it's almost like I will take a breath, and then it'll be like really short, one deep breath in to start, but then very short, sharp breaths out. And while I'm breathing out, I'm really pushing my belly, like pushing, we're actively working to push the air out, right? So we can put our hands on our bellies, right? I got my 5 fingers, my fingertips kind of touching right here on my belly. And I'm going to we're just going to do it for a little small segment just to get some fire in the body. So inhale in, and then you're like, one more deep breath. Right? Oh, we really gave our little lungs a little exercise, right? Stirring up, gathering energy in the body, right? Right? Let's see if we can do it one more time, right? Hands on the belly, deep breath in. One last breath. We're going to get our lungs going, get that immune system going, detoxing the body. Just for a moment, we'll sit quiet, let it relax, let the system relax, drawing it in. All right. Okay, we're going to remove our pillows, right? Okay. And what I like for you to do is come over on your hands and knees, but also have your blanket handy, right? So we can grab it soon. So I'm going to come over on my hands and knees, right? Knees are hip distance, hands underneath my shoulders, and I'm going to do my cat-cow. So I inhale down, chest, chin up. I exhale and arch. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, come to a flat back. Then we're going to balance it out. Right arm up, left leg back, balancing. Breathing. And release down. Left arm up, right leg back. And release down. One more time. Right arm up, left leg back. Release down. Left arm up, right leg back. And release down. Okay? We're just going to sit back on our heels. Okay? And we're going to get our blanket. When I get this blanket, what I'd like for you to do is see if you can create. I'm going to fold it a little bit so you can see like this. See how I'm so hard to fold and look in the camera at the same time. It's like this, right? So now I'm then going to turn it in this direction. And then I'm going to roll it, right? Because I'm trying to create a little roll. See how it's created a nice little roll? Now this roll is going to be for my forearms, right? So if I put my hands just a little bit in front of it, I can determine where that is on my mat, right? Okay. So what we're going to be in is the child's pose, but we're going to have this on our forearms so we can make sure we're really lifting our arms so we're getting that extension and stretch in the body. So we're going to stay in the child's pose and a couple of movements to really embrace it. First we'll be in this direction, then we'll go more wide-legged to really stretch, and then we'll call in some pillows and blankets to pull it into a full restorative movement, okay? All right, so hands forward, right? I've already back on my heels by sitting back like this. And if I need to, remember, if I have something going on with my knees, I can have pillows back here in this section of the body, right? So the hands are here, right? And then I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna make sure that it's right lifted at the elbow, see? And then I put the blanket so much so that my forehead should be able to just land right on the blanket. Breathing, keeping my elbows lifted as they should be in this child's pose. Inhaling and exhaling. And just think about your shoulders really relaxing. So while you're in this pose, make sure that you're drawing your shoulders down and back, right? They're not hunched up around the ears, that you can feel them drawing back down the body. That you're relaxing those hips, feeling that relaxation spread across the back of the lower sacrum right here, right? While you're here, because we were stressing about feeling a sense of gratitude, I do want to read some quotes for this last 30 minutes in between all of our poses. So one quote says, "In ordinary life, keep holding your pose. We hardly realize that we receive a great deal more than we give, and that it is only with gratitude that life becomes rich." In ordinary life, we hardly realize that we receive a great deal more than we give, and that it is only with gratitude that life becomes rich. Keep breathing, holding in your child's pose. Feeling the shoulders relax down and back. You're lowered to the ground, so you're really trying to ground yourself, right? Connecting with the earth, feeling that resonance, feeling it throughout the body. Now you'll raise up, right? We're going to just move our pillow out for just a moment, right? I'm going to bring my hands back a little bit. And I'm just going to rock in my hip for a minute before I go into my other pose, right? So it's just a rolling motion with my hips, right? Front, side, back, right? Just going to rock a little bit. Then I'm going to rock a bit back to the other side, unwinding. Okay. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to turn this little makeshift bolster around this direction, right? And then I'm going to stack some pillows on top of it. Right? kind of stacked up, right? I'm making a little bolster so that if I inch forward and bring my knees to the outer edges of the mat and bring my feet more together, now I have this little makeshift bolster in between where it hits in just inside my thighs, right? And then from here, I'm going to lower down and really get in a nice restorative pose. Now here, what I want to do is, again, make sure I have my arms extended, right? And now I've got this whole wonderful cushion for my body here that I can relax into. Of course, if you need to, I know I put some pillows here, but again, I could still have pillows. I can really cushion myself, right? I can put them back behind my knees, thighs, so I have something to sit on. Oh my gosh. Wow. Now, really tucked in, right? Breathing. Remember I said I want us to restore, really restore ourselves this week. All right. Keep holding. Find another one. This is from A.A. Milan, who writes the book about Piglet and Pooh. She says, Piglet noticed that even though he had a very small heart, it could hold a rather large amount of gratitude. Okay? Gratitude is in abundance. And a grateful heart is a magnet for miracles. A grateful heart is a magnet for miracles. Keep breathing, relaxing. Remember to lift your head up and turn it in the other direction.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Shri Krishna Sharanam Keshavanam Dhavanam Sudanam Keshavanam Dhavanam Sudanam.
You come back to center, right? You draw the hands back and see I press down. I lift myself up, right? First thing I would do is get my little pillows out of the way for a moment. The bolster, right? I raise up on my hands and knees. Get my pillows out from here. And what we want to do is it may go a little off camera with my pose, but roll your toes and lift your hips up and back. Oh, you can still see me, okay? Now the thing I want to express, so I'm going to come up further so you can see my feet. See how my heels are? It's okay if they're not touching, but I could bend the feet back and forth and press the heels more toward the mat. This in turn is going to what? It's stretching the backs of my thighs right? Again, see how I drop my head down? Or if I were to shimmy my head back and forth, my ears would be touching my arms, right? My biceps, right? I'm drawing my shoulders down and back, bicycling my legs, breathing. Then we'll bend, come back down, and we'll come over to a seated position. Right? So I'm gonna come back seated on the mat. Okay, here we go. Breathing. Here. Nice deep breaths. Okay. Then what I want to do is you can tell I'm inching toward one end of my mat, so I can draw my knees to chest and rock side to side. Now what we want to do, turn this down a little bit. We're going to do a tiny little bit of a bridge pose and then a little bit of a happy baby pose. So first, in the bridge pose, the feet are going to go to the mat, right? My arms are going to be at my side, palms facing down. I got all 10 toes firmly on the mat. And then I begin to press up and see how I'm lifting up in my hips, right? Lifting here. I'm trying to get my hips up, right? The one thing I am paying attention to, make sure you can see, is I don't want to go until I get into my neck. See how when I go up, I'm just into my shoulders here, right? Always just into the shoulders. Now the feet are flat, but I want you to see you can walk them back a little bit and get up on the balls of your feet. And push up a little more. Breathing. Right? Let the hands come here, press down. This will help you to draw your shoulders down and back. Breathing. Squeeze your glutes. Right? Belly button is stretching toward core, right? Glutes are squeezing, holding. Palms down. Inhale. And exhale. Keep holding. Breathing. Inhale. And exhale. Keep holding. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Squeeze those glutes. Breathing. Okay, now, soles of the feet come down first. Then the body comes down. All right, knees to chest, rock side to side. All right. Now we want to open up the inner thighs a little bit, right? So we're going to bring the legs straight up. It's almost like I made the letter L with my body, right? Here. Then my legs themselves open so they make like a little Y, right? Then as I bend my knees, see how when I bend them, they start to come out to the side and they're going like they're going toward my armpits. Now I could grab the back of my thighs right here, or if I'm flexible enough, I could grab the outer edges of my feet, right? And I know this looks awkward. And the other thing I want to stress while I'm here, I let go of my feet, you don't. See how my lower back, I'm just trying to show you that. See how my lower back, oh, there's whatever it is on the mat. When I go to go like this, see, it doesn't come up. See how it stays firm? Because that's what I'm trying to do. Pull that part of my body into the mat and look at my feet. I want to bend and flex my feet. They're like flat, pressing up, right? Beautiful. Even if I had them here, they're still flexed and they're like trying to flatten and press my feet against the ceiling, right? Breathing. Opening up our lower back. Now you can rock if you like. It feels right. I can see myself on the video. It's very awkward looking, so I won't rock so much, but you could rock, right? Breathing. Nice deep breath. I can feel my lower back going, oh yeah. Have a little bit of strain going on there, right? Breathing. Then we're gonna stretch it back up, right? And then bend the knees and let it come back down. Okay. All right. We're gonna do a tiny little twist before we go into some more restorative like poses that we're gonna hold at the end, right? Okay. So first, what I want you to do is, let me see. I'm trying to think about what the body to go this way, just with the legs, or trying to feel which one will be deeper for you. Well, let's try them both. Let's first, okay, feet here, right? Okay. Now I'm going to keep the top part of my body where it is, so the arms may come where they're shoulder height, right? Palms against the floor. I'm going to inhale and exhale and see if my knees go all the way to the right. See if I can see how they're here, and I just let them drop together to the right, okay? But I make sure the top part of my body, remember, left shoulder does not come up off the mat, and then I start to look over that left shoulder. Now, well, I want you to see what you can do. I'm still bent here. Now see how my knees were bent? See if you can slowly, slowly, slowly start to straighten your legs. See, my legs are straight, but they're still turned that way. Right? So I went from here, where I let go over here, then I just let my legs go out straight. But I'm still making sure my left shoulder is staying on the mat. Breathing. Nice deep breaths. Then I draw it back in, feet in, come back to center, right? Like a rock side to side. I'm gonna have to turn because I have less wall on this side, right? So I have to, so I can get this side, right? All right. So then my arms go out, feet go to the floor. Now my knees drop to the left, because before they were on the other side, they're dropping this way, but I had to come this way, so have the wall. Knees go to the left, right? Right shoulder does not leave the mat at all. I turn and look over that right shoulder. Okay. When you're ready, remember, the legs are gonna straighten out. On the bowl here, they're gonna straighten out. Okay. It's like they went straight. So they went from being bent like this to I just straightened them. They still stayed where they were, but I straightened them. Ooh, it's gonna get a bigger stretch, right? Now draw the knees in, right? Draw it back to center. Rock side to side. Okay. Then I'm gonna come to my side and come up. Okay, so we're going to do 2 poses for our rest and relaxation. Okay, so the first one, if you can, right, have blankets, right? So I am going to change the configuration of my blanket this time. Now I'm folding it really tight because I want to make it like this. That's a little more trifolded, right? If I have 2, that would be great. If not, but I have 2, so I'm going to use them. Want it there, right? Then I'm going to stack my pillows up. Look, ooh, I'm really stacking. Stack. Got a little stack going, right? See it? Okay. Now what's going to happen is legs are going to go up on that. See? Legs up on the stack. Very much so, right? In this particular pose, I'm trying to get my legs higher than my heart, right? So I'm going to lower it down, right? See, now my legs are up, right? Breathing. I've asked people before, like, did you elevate your feet? And they'll say, yeah, I laid down on the bed. I mean, no. Were they higher than your heart? See how my heart's down here? My legs are up there. This helps, again, with blood flow. Also, any inflammation that may be going on. Remember before we were doing that pointing and flexing to get the lymph system? Again, now we created a movement where a little bit of that flow can happen. So arms out. Take some deep breaths. Breathing. And again, I'm going to read you some passages, some quotes, right, on gratitude. Gratitude is the healthiest of all human emotions. The more you express gratitude for what you have, the more likely you will even have more to express gratitude for, right? So it's like if I express gratitude, it's almost like that thing of I'm magnetically calling in more stuff that I will continue to be grateful, have gratitude for, right? Did you know gratitude shields you from negativity, makes you at least 25% happier? It rewires your brain, eliminates stress, improves your sleep, boosts your self-esteem and performance, enhances the law of attraction. So in this moment, we're calling in gratitude and expressing back out kindness. Breathing. Allowing the body to relax. With each breath, there's a deeper let go. Kobe stirred a little bit there. He was like, okay, what's going on? He usually always moves when we get close to Shavasana. I think he knows. Yeah. Nice deep breaths. Breathing. All right. We're going to draw the feet in, right? and bend them, roll to our sides. And we're gonna come up, right? One more last pose, right? Crazy here, okay? And this one. Now I'm gonna move one pillow and one bolster more behind me, right? Here, in this direction, right? And then this other pillow, I'm gonna blanket. Oh, my words are mixing up, right? I'm gonna roll here. That's a good sign. That means I definitely got it in my head. I'm gonna make this more of a roll. This is gonna be underneath my knees, right? So this is gonna be where it's underneath my knees here. Nice. This putting the roll underneath my knee is going to actually be very kind to my back, but I'm also going to help it a little more because I'm going to have this here just in case. I'm going to put another pillow just in case I need it back there for my head. But I want to create a little bit of an arch movement, right? Where I'm back, and if I need to, I have this pillow underneath my head here, right? So I got this underneath my knees, right? This was right here. I pulled it right behind base. It's a blanket with a pillow on top, or it could be two pillows. Then I'm going to lower back, right? Then when I lower back, it's right in the middle of my spine. And I can decide, do I need something for my head here, right? Arms are at my side. I'm going to relax here. Breathe. We'll continue to read some quotes, right? The more grateful I am, the more beauty I see. For my part, I am almost contented just now and very thankful. Gratitude is a divine emotion. It fills the heart, but not to burst it, but to warm it. And then here's one last Buddha quote that says, gratitude turns what we have into enough. Keep breathing, nice deep breaths. Start to slowly bring movement to the body. You can point and flex the feet, maybe stretch, the fingers out, right? Release them out, draw them back in, right? Creating some movement in the body. Then I can start to make little circles, reverse them, right? Then I'm going to draw my feet in, and as I do that, I'll just kind of push my little blanket away, right? Then I'll take my elbows, draw them into my body, and then push up on the elbows first, then my forearms, then push up. Try to be very gentle, right? Then I'll come back, grabbing all my wonderful little pillows back underneath, right? Underneath. Wow, hair, right? And we'll come back. Nice little easy seated pose. Hands lightly on the knees. Okay. And I'm going to stop the music just for a little bit because this time while you have your eyes closed, I'm going to play a little sound bowl. This one is more metal. It's there so you can see if you can feel the difference. And this one is the letter C, which is for your root chakra. Okay, so take some nice deep breaths, trying to get you deeply rooted into your body, into yourself as we go into this week. Nice deep breaths. Bring the hands to the heart. Thank you for coming and practicing with me today.